Hello everyone, my name is Mike Glanton Jr. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's video is Conversations with Mike, Politics and Fatherhood. Fatherhood is very important to our politics and is very important to our community. So we wanted to take this subject up to try to show some interest in it and show how important it is and how it's involved in our everyday decision making. Also, thank you for watching our last video. We very much appreciate it. We hope that you continue to provide your support and your input because we want to know what you think so that we can answer your questions as well. Alright, let's get started.
Okay, for your first question, does values of being a father go hand in hand with politics?
Values of being a father definitely goes hand in hand with politics because I value being a father, but I also value things a lot more when you're a father. You know how people say that you didn't wake up until you became a father or until you had a kid. The value of fatherhood definitely goes hand in hand with the value of politics because it gives me a direct opportunity to provide some stability for my kids' future, not only my kids but for other people's kids as well. So it's very valuable for me being a father in politics because it helps my decision making be more conscious.
What advice would you give to the fathers that are involved in politics?
The advice that I give to fathers that are involved in politics is definitely make sure we gear our legislation towards children. Make sure we set our kids up for a future of success. By us creating progressive legislation and optimistic legislation now, we're providing our kids with an opportunity to directly have a chance to succeed and compete on a global basis. We don't only want to compete with people in other states or other regions, we want to compete with the world. So when we erect politics, we bring it into a sense of understanding. We bring it into a sense of civic obligation and civic inclusion because the more people that are involved, the more input that we have from the community, the more the community looks like the makeup of the community.
With your father being in politics, did that make you consider this career path?
With my father being in politics, that definitely helped me consider this career path. I wanted to be a lawyer when I was younger, so I always had that debative, argumentative type of theory to where I wanted to get down to the basis of things. When my father was fortunately, by God's grace, elected in 2005, it gave me the backroom experience that I needed to learn the insides of politics, the bad parts, the good parts, and the necessary parts. All of it is necessary, but with that opportunity of him getting elected, it gave me a great opportunity to develop my platform, to develop my want and my desire to be involved in politics through understanding how it works from the back end and how it works from the front end. So I definitely think that him being in the position that he's in, very prominent member of the Georgia House of Representatives, has definitely helped me propel to my thinking of wanting to be more involved, wanting to get involved, and wanting to stand in the gap of leadership to provide an opportunity for someone else. I want to be able to provide the opportunity that my father provided for another young man or young woman at a younger age, so that way they'll understand how important their position or their inclusion is in politics to the vital success of our community and our nation.
How do you balance being a father in the everyday task of a politician?
It's tough because both have demanding hours. Fatherhood, as you know, has demanding hours, and politics has demanding hours. So I would like to think that the best possible solution sometimes is to merge the two. I know that sometimes you can't merge the two, but most of the time, inclusion at a young age is very, very important because the brain is maturating so fast. And if we're inserting things like politics and understanding of legislation and things that they wouldn't understand unless we told them, and we don't necessarily put video games or remote controls in their hand, then they'll pick those things up a lot faster, and we'll have more developed politicians that understand and care about their community at a younger age, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23. We need to make sure that we are not only setting things up for the year 2017, but the year 2027, because those future leaders will already be in position to be leaders, and if they were taught back then the importance of how to learn the insides and outs of this game, then that only makes them stronger, which makes us more competitive in the future. So it is our obligation to make sure we get involved right now, to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to be involved in politics.
Do you think fatherhood experiences help you in everyday problem-solving situations?
I definitely think so, man. You know, you have so many different experiences through fatherhood that you're going to experience in problem solving that's going to help you deal with people on an everyday basis. I think that some of the problems that we have to solve with our children, we have to solve in politics, because we're dealing with the human nature. So if we take that same approach of how calm, collectly, we try to reason with our kids, we try to instill morals and values in our kids, it's the same way we need to take that approach with everybody in the community, and everybody unifying to be able to come up with a common solution to be able to get the success that you want done. Same thing that you operate your household under. You have to keep a calm household in order to get things done, like getting dishes washed, clothes washed, food cooked, things cleaned, organized. So I think that the experiences of being a father and running a household go hand in hand with how you run a community. Because you know the saying, if you can't run your own household, how can you come try to help me run mine?
Did politics mold you to be the man you are today and make the decisions for your kids?
Yes, politics definitely helped me to where I am right now in my life, because being involved and understanding the ins and outs of politics helps me to understand my importance of my role, why I need to be involved. It also is part of what makes you stronger, by understanding and knowing that you're making a difference. If you don't know you make a difference, then you sometimes forget of what you're doing. But if you understand what you're doing and your purpose, then you'll be driven to do it.
What are the best aspects of being a father?
Some of the best aspects of being a father are just looking at your kids smile. I asked my youngest daughter, do you think I'm a good dad? She says, yes, you are. You pick me up when I'm sad. You're always there to protect me. You always teach me. And not to mention just the experiences of it. So being able to look over at your kids and see them go from when they were yay tall to when they're adults and they're grown, or they're not even adults, they're teenagers, because I do have a teenager. When we look at our kids and we see us in them, man, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. So that time that we spend with them is very, very precious. So I very much value fatherhood, and I wouldn't take it any other way. It gives me a purpose, a sense of wanting to go out and make the world better for not only my kids, but for everybody's kids. Because one day my daughters are going to want to come home with a husband. I want to make sure that we help every young man out there to be able to be a good husband for my daughter and everybody's daughters in the world. It's our obligation. And that is the end of our video on fatherhood and politics. Thank you again for joining us. It is our gracious appreciation that you continue to send your support, that you continue to include yourself by sending in any questions. You can inbox us, you can DM us, and these videos will always be available for us to be able to revert back to. And just realize that as long as we have a conversation, we have open dialect. As long as we have open dialect, we have a way to get to the issue and to solve it. So thank you for joining us again. Have a blessed day and be blessed. Make sure you try to help somebody, impact somebody, motivate somebody, engage somebody. Just talk to somebody. Signing out.